Hi, this is Daniel7 for 1852, and today we are going to be going over moving platforms. I've waited quite a bit for this, and I'm sure y'all have too, and I'm very excited to get through this. Let's get started, shall we? But first, before we proceed, there are two things that I'd recommend you do now if you haven't. So, IODiff and the marbleBlastToolkit have updated recently, and these new updates are required for what we're about to do. So the easiest way to get the updates in is let's go to the latest releases on IODiff. So 1.3.2. We're gonna right-click this, save link as. Let's just put it in Jones. I don't care. IODiff 1.3.2, save. Okay. And we're going to go back to Blender, click in order to get rid of that, edit, preferences, diff. Let's expand this, and it continues as 1.3.1, so let's just go ahead and remove this, click OK, then click install, and we saved this in Jones, so IODiff 1.3.2, hit this check mark here, beautiful, 1.3.2. So we got that downloaded up now, and we're gonna go ahead and go to the marbleBlastToolkit. So we're gonna click code, download zip, and this may take a moment. Okay, once it's finished downloaded, open up the zip, and we have marbleBlastToolkit-main. So you're gonna go where you saved it. In my case, I saved it in my own folder called PQ Blender GitHub. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this, click the MBU Lily Asset Pack folder, drag and drop, let it overwrite the current folder we have in here. And again, this may take a moment. Okay, so once that's finished doing its thing, we're going to go ahead and close the zip and the folder. We can get out of these two as well. And let's just reopen Blender just to be on the safe side. So go ahead and press X. We're going to open Blender 4.1. Okay, so like we mentioned, we're going to be making moving platforms today. And I'm going to be frank. It's going to be quite a bit, but I believe as long as you follow through, there'll be no problems. So first things first, we're going to want to go into material preview mode. Let's scoot this up a bit. Let's go to our asset browser. MBU Lily Asset Pack, Interiors, Marble Blast Gold, and let's just put Grid Cool in this tab. Press A to make sure all faces are selected. Document looking icon, try planar map, expand, 1, 1, 1. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and go into face mode. Let's select one face. There we go. And before we stretch this out, let's go to options, correct face attributes, press G, and let's lock it on the y-axis. Alright, we got that by 3. Let's grab this face, press G, and unlock it by the x-axis, hold control. Cool. So we got a little basic platform here. And let's say we want to get this platform from point A to point B, which let's say is about right here. And for the sake of organization, let's just put it aligned with the lines. So there we go. This is on top of the red line. And this is on top and right beside the red and green line, just for the sake of symmetry. So let's go ahead and click this object, and then press Shift D to duplicate. And then with the duplicated object, you can tell it's duplicated because there's a third cube here. So let's press G on the third one, lock it by the x-axis, and let's just put it right there. And for this platform, let's go ahead and use where's Grid Worm? There it is. Let's go ahead and use Grid Worm. So this is going to be our moving platform that goes from point A to point B. That's what we want to accomplish today. So that seems pretty basic. What if we want a hazardous platform? Easy enough. So let's go ahead and press Shift A, Mesh, Cube. And let's go into orthographic view. So put this right here. And let's move this along the y-axis, so G, and then press Y, and hold Control. Let's put it right there. And let's use pattern warm on this hazardous moving platform. So Tab, A, document icon, triplanar map, 1, 1, 1. Okay, and let's look at the top view just to see how it looks like. And let's move this platform. Let's go back to object mode. Let's move this platform right about here. And there we go. So we got ourselves a moving platform that'll activate once you enter it. And it's going to go from here to here, all while this is moving left and right like this. So as of right now, these two are not moving platforms just yet. Let's go ahead and focus on the hazardous platform first. So on the right side, let's go to Object, and underneath Diff Properties, you'll see it's set as Interior Resource. Let's click this drop down, and let's select Paved Interior. Now it's defined as a moving platform, but there's no path for it to follow, which you can tell since this field is empty. So there's marker type, and there's 3 different types. There's linear, there's spline, and then there's accelerate. So let's go ahead and use accelerate, since this is a hazard, and most hazardous platforms use this setting. And the total time is currently at 30 seconds, so that'll be in milliseconds, because 3000 milliseconds is 3 seconds. And these are equally divided across each marker on export, so if you have 5 markers, that would be 3000 divided by 5, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's press Shift A again, and let's get a curve this time. So curve, let's go ahead and select path, and where is it? Well, let's go into orthographic view, so let's click this, or numpad 3, whatever you prefer, press G, and it looks like it might be right where that little orange dot is. So let's hold Control, and let's move that orange dot in the center of this platform. So if you want to be certain that it's on the center of the platform, you can go ahead and go to wireframe mode here in the top right corner, and as you can see, it's in the middle of that grid, so that's good. So let's go to the other orthographic view, which we'll go ahead and just select this, or numpad 1, whatever you prefer, and we'll see that it's all the way over here. So let's go ahead and press G, press X, put it in the center of the platform. We'll make sure it's in the center by using wireframe mode, which it looks like it is. That's good. Now, as you can see, you might be asking, what on earth am I looking at right now? So let's go ahead and click this path, and then press Tab. And you'll see there's 5 vertices, and it's hard to tell which direction it's going. In order to find out the true direction, in the top right corner, you're going to see Curve Edit Mode. Click this, and then select this tick box here, and you're going to see it's going to the left, it seems. So let's go ahead and make sure we have all of these vertices selected by pressing A, and then let's press R, and lock it on the Z-axis by pressing Z. Hold Control, and let's put it to -90 degrees. So we got that settled. And let's go into orthographic view on the X-axis, so you can press numpad 3 or click this, doesn't really matter. Press G, and then let's lock it on the Y-axis and hold Control. And let's make sure the first vertex is lined up with the middle of the moving platform, so that looks good. And we're gonna delete these. We're gonna delete all of these vertices, and we can just leave this one here since we're gonna use it anyway. So these vertices are considered markers in game. So the more vertices you have, the more markers the game will generate once you export this diff. So in order to make this easier, let's say we want to get this platform and move it over here, which is about which should be symmetrical to where it just was. So let's grab this second vertex here, lock it on the y-axis and hold Control. Let's put it in the center of the moving platform. Let's go into wireframe mode to make sure it's in the center, which it looks like it is. Go back to material preview mode, and then press E on this vertex, and you're going to notice a third vertex spawns. So hold Control, and we're going to move it back to this vertex. So that way the game knows that this moving platform is like supposed to move from here to the left, to the right, rinse and repeat. So let's grab this moving platform, move it back over here, which is about right there. Let's press tab. Yes, okay, that looks good. And let's click this moving platform. And for the marker path, we're going to click this eyedropper icon. And we're going to set it as this path that we just made. And there you go. This will work once you export it in-game. Now, what about this moving platform right here? We want it to be a trigger platform, yeah? Alright, let's get started. So let's click this, paved interior, and let's go ahead and just set this as accelerate. And let's give this about, let's say it'll take 8 seconds, which is 8,000 milliseconds, to go from here to here. And let's make a path, so Shift A, curve, path. And let's go into orthographic view, so let's go to the top view, or numpad 7. Let's go into wireframe mode. And let's make sure that little orange dot is in the middle of the platform. And then we're going to press tab. And we can see that it's going right. So let's press R, and then lock it on the Z-axis by pressing Z. Hold Control, and we're going to rotate it 180 degrees, or negative 180 degrees in this scenario. So let's delete some of these vertices. And then, there we go, that should be good. So we've got that settled away now, so let's go back to material preview. Let's grab this platform. Let's move it over here. And then let's select the path that we just made, which is over here. Press tab. Let's select the second vertex. Press G and then lock it on the x-axis and hold Control. And let's put it in the center of the platform. And we'll go ahead and go into wireframe mode to make sure that's the center. And, ooh, I almost forgot something. Let's go to the side view to see how it looks like. Beautiful. So it's also on this in the center from the side view. So now, let's go back to material preview mode. Press tab to go back to object mode. And let's move this back over here. And now, select the side dropper icon. Select this path we just made. And this will work, but it's going to start the moment the level loads, which we do not want. So in our marbleBlastToolkit, we're going to make sure we're in MBU Lily Asset Pack. Let's go to Triggers. And we're going to select Trigger Go To Target. So let's just smack it on top of the moving platform. Right-click this and snap selection to Grid. Let's go to the side orthographic view. And let's move this to the edge of the platform right here. And let's make this easier. Let's go to the top view. And you see where that orange dot is? Let's move it to that corner. So let's move it right over here. And then let's scale it. So press S and then hold Control to make it incremental. There we go. Now it's covering the entirety of that platform. Now this would work, but we can make this look prettier. So let's press S and then lock it on the Z-axis by pressing Z and then hold Control. And let's say that's good enough. So with our trigger selected, you're going to see there's a paved interior option you can fill. So let's select this eyedropper. let's make it this moving platform. And you will see there is a target time of 3000, which is 3 seconds by default. The best way I can describe this field is think of a video player. You can fast forward it to 3000, to 5000, etc., etc., and it'll take you to that path and it'll stop until you've hit the set time in here. Now we want this to go all the way to the end, so if we click this moving platform, we'll see the total time is 8000. So let's make this 8000. We want it to go to the very end of that path. And with that set, that should be it. So let's go ahead and export this. So File, Export.dif, and where is my MarbleBlast folder? You already know the drill. If you're working with MarbleBlast Gold, you put it in Data Interiors. If you're working with a Platinum Quest, you put it in Data Interiors _MBG and Custom. So let's just name this Blender MP Test, Export Diff, and let's load Platinum Quest. Alrighty, so we have MarbleBlast or Platinum Quest opened, whatever you're using, and we're going to go ahead and go to our mission. So in this case, I've named mine Blender Gold Test. This may take a moment. Okay, I spawned really high out of bounds, which is no problem. So we're going to go into F11, and then we're going to go into camera view. As you can see, we have our platform here. Make sure this is zeroed out always. And let's go ahead and hit create subs here. So we click that, and you'll see our moving platforms have spawned, but they're not moving. No worries, this is normal. So what you're going to want to do is go to File, Save Mission As, save it as whatever mission name you have. So in this example, I have it as blendergold.miss. Save. And I'm going to put a start pad here just so I don't have to spawn all the way up in the sky again. So I'm going to put my start pad here. And I'm going to save this mission and reload. Ready. And there you go. Set. That moving platform is moving right and left. And if we did our trigger correctly, we are moving forwards. And there you have it. That's how you make moving platforms, both non-triggered and triggered in Blender. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Oh, how could I forget? There is one more tip I'd like to give. So let's go back to our Blender project, and you will notice that this could probably get messy really fast, and the easiest way around this are of collections. So as you can see, all of this is under a collection called a collection. If you double click this, we can name this Interiors. If we do New Collection, we just click New, and you'll get a new one called Interiors 1. Let's just name this Moving Platform. We can put these in here. We can also put these paths in here. And we can name this... what cube did I put in here? Oh, that's not part of it. There we go. And essentially what I'm just showing off is you can use collections to organize your project, and you can rename your meshes too, so you can name this moving platform trigger. You can name this hazard. You can name this hazard path. And then you can name this moving platform trigger path. And there you have it. That's how you create a moving platform in Blender, how you can load it in-game, and how to organize your Blender project better in case things get messy. Hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!